I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. Got a job for the U.S. Department of Energy. From there, I moved to Hollywood for a while, worked there a bit, and moved to Columbus about 5 years ago now.
Greetings, Columbus. Welcome to another episode of Columbus Gems. This channel is for designers and technologists in Greater Columbus. Today we're featuring Matt Vojack, who was the director of Zwelly and a serial entrepreneur. That's the only way I can describe him. When you get a chance, I really want you to check out ohioworkshop.com. It's a company that Matt and his father teamed up on in creating. And this is something special to me, right? It's father and the son kind of collaborate on a project and start something up and make it a business, and it's doing well. So it's a fantastic story. It proves the power of collaboration, design thinking, and a little spice of entrepreneurship. So check out the website and enjoy the video.
My name is Matt Vojack. I am the creative director and creator of Zwelly Co. I'm the founder of Making Midwest and the creator of the Game of Creativity. All around, I like to consider myself just a creative entrepreneur that kind of dabbles in a lot of different things. When I was a kid, I would just constantly draw on things. Other people were writing essays, and I was drawing pictures. Growing up, I'm from the Cleveland area. It's not a place where necessarily people grow up and say that they're going to be artists whenever they grow up. And that was me. I didn't want to work in a factory. I wanted to create things. I wanted to make things all day long, as much as I possibly could. And getting older, I found out that there was a path that I could take through art school. So I went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, and I studied 3D animation there. And after that, I graduated. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. And I got a job for the U.S. Department of Energy. From there, I moved to Hollywood for a while, worked there a bit, and moved to Columbus about 5 years ago now. And that's whenever I moved here is whenever I started my own companies, rather. Yeah. So also, whenever I was a kid, I would also sell things constantly. Not drugs, not anything illegal. I would sell things like Magic cards. Magic the Gathering was kind of a big thing for a while when I was a kid. I would put together a deck of 60 cards, and I would sell it to people. I'd make $20 a pop. And there was actually one time where my teachers called my mom to tell her what I was doing, and she's like, "What? He sounds like he's not selling drugs." As soon as it snowed, I would always be outside shoveling driveways for $5-10. I'd get some of my friends and my cousin together, and we would go shoveling driveways for a little bit of money. We'd charge a little bit extra if they wanted the snow off their car. There's no better like button than somebody actually parting ways with their money. Like, no matter what somebody says, they can say that something looks great, they love it. Whenever they give away their money for that thing, like, that's a special bond that you have with that person. Right out of school, I got my first job. I've always known that I was going to have this company someday, but it was figuring out what I need to learn before I do that. So I needed to work for other people first. Going to school for 3D animation, they never really taught who you're doing the work for. I had to realize why people would pay money for the thing that I do. It took me a good chunk of time to find that point, that intersection of where people would pay me for the thing that I love doing. Because, being honest, I don't love shoveling driveways, so I had to do something else at some point. And it wasn't until working with a few clients and working for a few companies where you start making personal connections with these people that are, it's their money that they're spending on these things. I came to this realization that a business should absolutely be a place that helps another person. It shouldn't be just this place that sells trinkets. It's running a company that's honest, and not just running a business that can just make money. It's selling a product or a service that can really, really help people. And kind of that flip side, at the same time, I also realized how much value is in the work that I do for people. You start seeing some of the results, and it's a really big confidence booster, actually. Like, it's really good for case studies too, is whenever you can see the direct impact that you had on on a company or a person. It wasn't until this company came back to us and they were like, hey, the series of videos that you made led to over $1 million worth of investments into like this certain product. And I was completely dumbfounded to find out that the work that I can personally provide to somebody is worth that much is very important. And I think that's something very important for everybody else to know too, is what they do isn't just what they like to do all day. It's what people can find some serious value in. The key to kind of finding success really is to find that intersection of what you like and the value that you create for other people.